What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Ultimate Smash Bros. DLC Tournament. So, if you are new and you're stumbling across this going, what is this? This whole thing is just for fun. It's a tournament of 72 characters. Less now, if you've been eliminated by now. But 72 characters put into this tournament each day on my channel. I upload one matchup from this tournament, and then we discuss, the two characters that are in the matchup for the day. So today's matchup is Shadow the Hedgehog taking on Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And we'll get to that matchup in just a second, but you're more than welcome to participate. It's very easy to. All you have to do in order to participate is vote. And how do you vote? Simple. Down in the comments, type your answer to one of the two characters in the matchup for the day. So who would you vote for? Would you vote for Shadow or would you vote for Sora? Pretty simple to do there. Yeah. So, you just type your answer. Very simple. But you only get one vote. I do check that when I'm looking at the votes and stuff. I do check it, so one vote. Otherwise, the rest of the rules, double elimination tournament. Character has to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated. If there's ever a tie in the voting, I will flip a coin on camera. It's the best and fairest way to break the tie. And then, what else? Each matchup, voting-wise, only lasts for 1 week. So today's Tuesday, so that means we'll get the results of Sora and Shadow next Tuesday. So results last 1 week. Very simple. That way the tournament keeps on rolling and we keep getting new matches and keep the tournament progressing smoothly. So with all that out of the way, let's go over the results from last week. The results were from the loser bracket again. It was Ashley, the assist trophy, taking on Cuphead from Cuphead. So this one was a very, very close match. I had to count twice just to make sure I got the same number of votes. I did. The winner by one vote. Ashley won it by, she wins by 1. 31 votes to 30. So congrats to Ashley, moving on for at least one more, because again, we're in the loser bracket. But that also means, sadly, Cuphead has been officially eliminated. Cuphead is done. That's the second loss, so sorry, Cuphead. But hey, you did pretty well. I mean, you only lost by 1 vote, so I mean, there's something to take in that. Let's go over the matchup for the day, though, now that we got the results out of the way. And like I said, it's Sora from Kingdom Hearts taking on Shadow. So let's talk. Shadow's up first, right? Yeah, Shadow. So, Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow's in it ever since Sonic got in Smash Bros. Back in Brawl on the Wii. Everybody that's a Sonic fan, people that are Shadow fans, just fans of the Sonic the Hedgehog series, the Shadow the Hedgehog series, tons of people have been saying, yeah, Shadow would be perfect, right? Sonic is Sonic is one of the most recognizable, maybe not the movie version of him too much, but hey, they're fixing it. We'll see how that ends up playing out. But Sonic, very globally known. People know who it is. Pretty much like Mario. You can say the name and they'll be like, oh yeah, he's that hedgehog looking thing, right? People know who he is. So what I'm getting to is when you talk about Sonic, when you talk about Sega, Shadow, and I mean, obviously the similarities between Sonic and Shadow, very obvious. They're both hedgehogs. Roll around, they'd be very similar, yes, but at the same time they would definitely be different. Now, of course, Shadow, you could take kind of, I guess, one of two routes. You could pretty much go with like an Echo Fighter / semi-Echo Fighter route, or you could just kind of go with his own unique sort of design with some inspirations, most likely from Sonic. Of course, the rolling around and all that sort of stuff. The spin dash, you understand. If you played Sonic, you know who he is, and you know who Shadow is. You understand it. So, Shadow would be very cool. He's the ultimate life form after all, right? Look, anytime there's a new Smash game that comes out, Shadow's name, since, going back to my point, since Sonic got into Smash Bros., anytime there's a new Smash game, Shadow's name gets brought up, and hey, it'd be so easy to bring into Smash Bros. You already got like the base frame, the base work for a character. Pretty simple. Yes, but you also have to take into consideration, because again, a lot of people feel this way, no company would get 2 reps in this fighter pass, the one we have currently going on. No, I don't think, unless it's absolutely internet breaking, and no offense to Shadow, I don't think Shadow would be internet breaking. He wouldn't be one of those super high up, pipe dream fantasy characters that if was revealed would just get like media outlets all over. It would. He wouldn't. I don't mean to sound negative, but he just wouldn't. To me. Okay, I guess I'm just trying to compare it to Sora. That's the best way to do it. I'm using the match. If Sora were to get announced, yes, again, Square, Disney, they already have their own rep with the Dragon Quest hero. So, essentially, is Sora out of the running? Potentially. But can you argue that, oh, no, it's Disney. Oh, you could argue it's Square. Whatever. The point is, I feel Sora is a bigger character, so he could potentially be given that the pass. Like, he's just... Man, I'm having a hard time trying to, like... figure out how I'm trying to say this. Sora's big enough to where like people would really pay attention. Even casual gamers that maybe don't play Smash Bros. Or maybe you've only played it a handful of times and they see Sora gets announced for Smash Bros. I think that's a whole nother topic. But let's talk about that when I get to Sora. But anyway, Shadow, again, he's got popularity. He's got an easy moveset, whichever route you want to take, Echo Fighter or Unique. He's got everything, more Sonic stages, more Sonic music, and all that sort of stuff. Awesome. Plus, Mario and Sonic series kind of always had a little rivalry. Plus, Shadow, kind of the bad guy. There's always room for more of the villain types in the roster. People know who he is. People will buy Shadow. That's just, if you don't have the fighter pass, the whole thing, and it's just Shadow, people would buy that. Hands down, no questions. He would buy, he would be a sell, you'd make money for Nintendo and Sega, for coming together if that were to be a deal. That would absolutely happen. No question about it. But also the same thing about Sora. You guys probably already... I'm voting Sora. I'm just going to let you guys know right now. I'm a big Sora fan. I really want to see this happen. But Sora, of course, going back to the point, Square, Disney, they own this character. They already have Dragon Quest, so Sora... kind of out of the running, right? Technically, Shadow's out of the running too, if you count, what was it, Persona or whatever, because doesn't Sega technically own, I forget who makes the Persona games, but doesn't Sega technically have the rights to, yeah, I think so, if I'm not rambling too much, but Sora, big enough character, kind of in that, the top tier of characters that were always like, it would be such a dream to see, but we know it's not going to happen. Kind of the same situation. No, pretty much the same situation as Cloud. Cloud happened last game. Cloud's back in this game. Why can't Sora happen this time? You never know what Nintendo's saving, what they got up their sleeves. You never know what they were able to negotiate. You never know what they were able to, I guess, just get their hands on. And something tells me, I don't know why, something tells me they are saving... I don't want to say the best character for last, but I'll say they're saving the biggest announcement for last in the Fighter Pass. I could see that happening, just to kind of go out with a bang, so to speak. Like, all right, Fighter Pass is wrapping up, and boom, Sora's the last character. And then, it might... I know it's at that point all characters would be out if, again, hypothetically, Sora was the 5th and final character in the Fighter Pass. People would maybe reconsider buying the whole Fighter Pass if they already hadn't bought separate characters, or they already hadn't bought the whole Fighter Pass. If they hadn't, characters like this would definitely flip people's opinions and get people to buy. And isn't that what Nintendo's trying to do with this DLC? Sell a bunch of it, make a bunch of money. I mean, look, going out and getting third-party characters, negotiating for the rights to the characters, it's not cheap. It's not cheap by any means. So Nintendo's got to fork out all this money, and they want to recoup some of that, with the DLC, or however they were able to negotiate, for whatever character they might get, whether it would be a Shadow the Hedgehog, whether it would be Sora from Kingdom Hearts, whether it was Banjo or Dragon Quest or Joker, whoever it was, it all comes down to, how Nintendo really wanted to approach this whole Fighter Pass. Are they just going for big-time third-party characters? Is that what they're going for? In this case, for this matchup, both characters, thumbs up, would do the job tremendously. Yeah, I don't think anyone would argue with that if either one of these or both were to be in the Fighter Pass. But again, I'm just going to go to the voting because, well, I already told you I'm voting for, but yeah, that time for the votes. I'm voting Sora. He's just one of those characters that I would love to see. It's weird. Sora's not even like the top 5 characters that I really want to be playable in. He's like a character that I just really want to see in Smash Bros. You know, it's the same. It's the same thing as Cloud. You know, it's like it won't happen. You know, going back to Wii U, 3DS, it won't happen, and then it does, and then everybody freaks the hell out. You know, so something like that would be awesome. The hype would be off the chain. Everybody would be going nuts on the internet. It would be awesome. So Sora gets my vote in this one. Very simple. So that's pretty much going to be it for this one. Sneak peek for tomorrow, though. Matchup-wise, we have Game 99, which is Waluigi taking on Dante from Devil May Cry. That's the matchup. And then the results should be for who? Game 93? Who's Game 93? Pauline and Cosmos. So that will be the results for tomorrow. And that's also the matchup for tomorrow. The Waluigi Dante matchup thing. So that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. And remember, 1 vote per person. 1 vote per person. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.